next. Welcome, graduates and friends and family watching via YouTube, to our biannual and our first ever virtual graduation. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Maria C. from the 175th District Court and the Women's Mental Health Court to lead us in the serenity prayer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Now join me in a moment of silence for the addict still suffering, followed by the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Maria. It is my great pleasure to introduce the Honorable Judge Ernie L. Glenn. Judge Glenn has been in the criminal justice field for 40 years. He has spent the past 13 as the Felony Drug Court judge, and believe it or not, he's one of the founding members of the Felony Drug Court. He started working with the court back when he was affectionately known as Ernie the Attorney. Judge Glenn is a stalwart champion of drug courts and specialty courts in general. In 2019, he was recognized with the John C. Crusoe Award for Vision and Leadership by the state of Texas. Please join me in welcoming Judge Glenn.
Thank you, folks. And for those watching, welcome to our first ever virtual graduation. Frankly, I hope it's our last. I hope we can get back to doing some live graduations sometime next year. The sooner the better, but I'm glad that we're able to do this today and have all these wonderful people have their graduations and share all this together, because you work through this together, folks. But we want to thank everyone for their continued support and prayers, especially the family, friends, probation officers, counselors, and all the other team members that were not able to experience this ceremony live. Basically, this is just the drug court staff that's here today. And that actually is a good segue into something I wanted to say to you guys who are graduating today, is 2020 has been a very difficult year. It's been tough for everybody. Depression is up amongst the general population by 30% or more. There are lots of financial hardships with folks, job issues, people out of work, people needing food. I mean, it's been a really tough year, and in the middle of all that, we've had all kinds of protests and different things going on. An election year where everything is being hard fought by all the people running for office. But the point is, it's been tough out there, and that means I'm especially proud of you guys who are here today who made it to the finish line for the graduation itself, because it's a big deal to do it anyway, but doing it in a year like this, that's an even bigger accomplishment. So it shows that you all deserve to be here. You've shown great dedication in getting to this point, and I truly hope that because you've overcome so many difficult obstacles during a very difficult time, that means that you're going to be able to continue this, that you're going to keep going in this new lifestyle, this new way of doing things, that is going to be part of you for the rest of your lives, and that you never have to come back into a courtroom except maybe to watch someone else go through something, but not yourselves. because it's not something that you want to keep doing for the rest of your lives. So, proud of you guys. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing you in the future after the graduation with the Alumni Association and any other time when you want to come by and say hi. You know, you're welcome. If you have any issues, we're still going to be here. There have been many times that graduates have asked to speak to me about some legal issues that they were having, and if I'm able to give you some direction on that, I'm willing to do it. So anyway, next thing I need to do is make some acknowledgments for all the different people who are involved in the drug court program, the people who make this work so that you have this opportunity. And first of all, let's talk about our community supervision officers. You saw Mr. Esquivel a little bit earlier. You know, I want to give a big shout out to John because he's been with us for, I forget how many years now, but I'm going to say it's been about 12 years, something close to that anyway. But Johnny's been a probation officer for many, many, many years. He deserves to have a good retirement, and that's why you're not going to be seeing him after November, because he is retiring. He's going to go and enjoy his life and hopefully have a chance to do a lot of traveling and do some good things once we're able to do those things again. We also have Mark Hewitt, as you know, and Ms. Lillian Sanchez. And over here we have Emil Huggins, who is the manager of the drug court programs, not just for felony drug court, but he's the manager for probation for all of the drug court, or specialty court programs, I should say, because they're not all necessarily drug courts. And we have our treatment providers, Alpha Home, the Center for Healthcare Services, Conceivable Resolutions, maybe you know that is Kenny G, perhaps, Kenny Goodrum. There's Elite Counseling, Rosetta's Key, the Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, the DDRF, ISF, SafeP, VOA, Lifetime Recovery, NAS, Sakata, and I'm sure we may be leaving a few out, but there are so many different people that are involved in counseling and treatment. We want to make sure we acknowledge them. And of course, we have our drug court case managers and support staff, and you see them around the room too. Ashley, of course, holding the camera, and then there's David Simler over there, and Elsa Guajardo, Jim Robles, Kathy Johnson, and Eloy Fernandez, who recently retired, but he was a case manager for a lot of you folks. We also have Roxanne Sanchez, who is our court clerk. Roxanne's over here. And Diana Samaron, our court manager, the person who makes sure that everything keeps running every day. And all of these guys do a fantastic job. They really do work very, very hard. And I want to thank our defense attorneys, Ted Wood, Charles Gold, and Ling Han. They do a really good job explaining things to you guys. And if you do have problems, they're willing to be around to try to give you some direction. And a few of you have been able to take advantage of that from time to time. And I really want to thank our district attorney's office, especially our district attorney, Joe Gonzalez, for really providing a lot more access to DAs to work with us in this program. And many of you have gotten the chance to speak with Mr. Mike Cohen, who is presently out with some health issues that he's had. And Tony Hackabill is the other assistant DA that works with us quite a bit. They've been very instrumental in helping get a lot of you get through this program too. There are times when some things come up that they're able to help us work out so that you don't end up getting kicked out of the program or taken back over to district court. They've actually been, that's actually been a big boon to us. There's the Bexar County Sheriff's Department, and a special shout out to Angela Metcalf and Mike Granado. See, here's Granado over there. Oh, Angela back in the back. I wish we had the video that we usually show so you could show how she also takes care of babies for people in court sometimes. That's a great video. I love watching you usher that child out of the courtroom. Every time. There's the Bexar County Auditor's Office, specifically Teresa Barrientos, Norma Hinojosa, and Eddie Rodriguez. I have to say I don't really know them personally, but I see their names a lot, but I think Ms. Samaron probably does know them pretty well because she deals with it all the time, making sure that everything is taken care of on the financial end. There's all of the Bexar County Criminal District judges, and you should be particularly thankful to them because it's because those judges believe in this type of programming that you have a chance to do it. It gives you an option, a chance to make changes in your lives, and they all that sent you here gave you that opportunity. There's the Bexar County Commissioners Court, who's very instrumental in keeping things going for everything in the county, including the specialty courts programs. Bexar County Manager's Office that oversees all the different agencies for the county, and including the Budget Office, which is very important to us too. The Bexar County Department of Criminal Justice, which used to be Judicial Services, but that's Mike Mazzito that runs that office. Bexar County Reentry Center, which is right next door to us, the Aurora program with Mary Jo Rodriguez, Dr. Mary Jo Rodriguez, and the Bexar County Drug Court Alumni Association. All of you got to meet some of them at one point or the other, and you all became members of the Alumni Association in Phase 4, but when you first came into the program, you met the mentors who are also members of the Alumni Association and donate their time. And I'd like to thank a couple people that reached out to help sponsor the graduation, and that's Dottie McDonald and the other fine folks over at Smart Start. I know Smart Start is near and dear to a lot of your hearts. And was it 3 windows a day, 5 to 8, 5 to 8, and 10 to midnight? And then attorney at law Charles Go, one of our defense attorneys, also provided some funding for this, so I appreciate Charles reaching out. Now we're going to do something that we like to do at these graduations, and that is a presentation of awards. Today we're going to have an award for a very special person who's worked with us for quite some time. So we're going to recognize our drug court chaplain, Mr. Eloy Fernandez. Eloy's been a public servant in our community for over 36 years. He served as a community supervision office in Bexar County for 26 years and another 10 years as the Felony Drug Court Reentry Case Manager. In August 2020, Eloy hung up his tie and picked up his bike shorts. I'm sure if you have seen him cycling around here when he was a case manager too. He decided to call it a career. Today we would like to honor Eloy with our Drug Court Champion Award for his many contributions to the citizens of Bexar County, in particular those involved in our justice system. Eloy's dedication, drive, and leadership are appreciated by those he served and those he worked alongside. Thank you, Eloy, for all these wonderful things and the time that you put in. And on a more personal note, I've known Eloy for a number of years too. He's a wonderful man who I've often said is probably one of the best people I have ever known, just by the big heart he's got, reaching out to so many people. Eloy almost became a priest, but he decided that there were things that he could do in other ways. So you're lucky to have him here because he's been the chaplain for you guys. He's been there to listen to anything that you need to talk about. And he's kept you very organized. Those of you who had him for a case manager, and I know when some people kind of got discouraged and maybe stopped phoning in or kind of dropped out for a while, Eloy would find you and make sure you came back in if there was any way possible. So, I truly appreciate Eloy. So, Eloy, I've got an award for you here. As you can all see, it's kind of like a world champion belt, because he is a world champion. And it's Bexar County Felony Drug Court Champion Eloy Fernandez. It says September 2020 because that's basically when he retired, so at the end of August. So Eloy, thank you for your hard work for us.
Just basically want to thank everyone here. Just understand that you will continue to be in my prayers, but also recognize that I'm available. I've already given you my phone number, and you can always reach me by way of Ms. Diana Zamarron. And for the most part, thank you for engaging in drug court, because it does work. God bless you all.
There are 31 drug court participants graduating today. And although we would like to hear the struggles and successes of all of them, there is simply not enough time to do that. Therefore, today we will hear the testimonial of one of today's graduates. Please help me welcome Cecily M., a graduate of the 187th District Court in the Women's Mental Health Court.
Hi, my name is Cecily Menchaca. I started this program when my brother Blake Menchaca, father Felix Menchaca, took it upon themselves to attend my court hearing in courtroom 187 with Judge Stephanie Boyd. They explained to her how they would help me better myself. I had a hard life and that I deserve a second chance. They also explained to her how I was incarcerated when my mother passed away from heart failure due to drug usage. Judge Boyd heard my family's plea and gave me drug court. I started this program not knowing if I would fail or succeed. Those who know me by now, I've been through a lot. I have lost everything I've ever loved and cherished, including my most prized possession, my son. When CPS came into my life, it opened my eyes, snapping me back into reality, making me quickly realize what matters most, and that's family. Family and myself. Although this journey, I have realized I do matter, and I deserve a happy life. Now let's talk about my story and how Cecily took a wrong turn. When I was a young girl, around the age of 13, I got kicked out of the house because I was skipping school all the time and stealing from my mother. I went to stay with older friends, which wasn't a good idea. One of my friends' mothers would make us go sell our bodies for drugs. My mother told me from a young age that I'll always have a way to make money. So I started selling myself on my own. When I saw that all the money I was making could be mine, my stepfather Danny passed away when I was 25. My addiction went even further. My stepfather was our anchor of our family. And with him gone, my mother became my friend. And we started partying and using together all the time. Over the next couple of years, I continued my past lifestyle I was in and out of jail, different treatment facilities. When I was 27 years old, I was raped and got pregnant with my son, Ian Ray Menchaca, who is now 4 years old. The life I was in as an addict wasn't pleasant. I was strung out on methamphetamine and pain pills. I didn't know which way to go or if it even mattered at all. All I know is I needed to survive. I was all alone with no one to turn to for help due to the shame and guilt I felt. I had to do what I had to do. I started hustling anything and everything I could. Drugs, people, it didn't matter. I went to federal prison for 21 months, for smuggling illegal aliens into the country. The things I did while in my addiction, I would have never done with a clear mind. When I look back and think of the life I was in, I can honestly say I'm not proud of myself, but I felt I had no choice. In order to support myself, my son, my habit, I started selling meth. I was also stealing from loved ones and stores. I was selling my body more than before. During one of my stints in jail, I remember sitting in my bunk when I received a letter from my dad. My dad told me to keep praying to God, that he would listen to me, and to not leave him in jail when I come home. Those words from my dad, an ex-addict who is now 13 years sober. He stuck with me. God has helped me so much throughout my grief, pain, and struggles, and worries. It was by the grace of God that I entered drug court. Judge Boyd wanted to send me to prison for 5 years, but I had an opportunity to work with my PO who was looking out for my best interest. I ran. Judge Boyd asked me, why should I give you drug court when my history was just that of always running away. My attorney convinced her, and I was screened for drug court. Throughout the screening, I was praying to God and to my mother to please help me get into this program. It was while I was waiting there in drug court after my screening that I finally surrendered myself to God and to the drug court. I started drug court living with my brother in a one-bedroom house with very little possessions. My brother and I supported each other through the early phases, making sure we each called the Eloy line and we stayed sober. In time, things got better. I was finally done with drugs and the lifestyle. I removed people from my life, set boundaries, and kept my focus on what's important to me, my family. I was ready for sobriety. I was ready for change. With God's help and support of my father, my brother, the old me is gone. I have been sober for 1 year and 9 months. I have my son, my own house, a job, a car, and I pay my own bills. I'm happier than ever living life in sobriety. Thanks to drug court, Judge Glenn, CJ, Miss Tammy, Miss Victoria, Miss Vanessa, and all, of course, of all my family, especially from my grandma. Most of all, thank you to my son Ian for the motivation he gives me every day to wake up and be better for him. He is the biggest reason I am who I am today. Now I have goals, hope for a future. I hope to one day help others the way drug court has helped me. I plan on becoming a counselor that helps young women who struggle with addiction and are survivors of sex trafficking. I stand here today as a testimony that drug court works. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecily. It was a great story. I mean, it's stories like yours that makes us proud to be working here in the drug court. So, great story. Now it's time for the certificate presentations. Each graduate has written a short statement to discuss their journey throughout the drug court. Some graduates have also taken the opportunity to thank individuals who helped them in their road to recovery. Carlos A. from the 290th District Court. I want to give a big thank you to Judge Glenn, Eloy, and the drug court team for helping me stay focused. Alex A. from the 437th District Court. I would like to extend a sincere thanks to Judge Glenn, Chelsea, Patrick, and the drug team for changing my life for the better. Laura A. from the 437th District Court. Special thanks to Judge Glenn, CJ, Nancy, and Ms. Sanchez for providing me the tools to get through life sober. I am responsible and a wonderful mother. Mariah B. from the 187th District Court. Drug court has been heaven sent. I would not have been able to come this far without it. Special thanks to Judge Glenn and Judge Boyd. Joe C. from the 187th District Court. The positive reinforcement by all of this program and the fear of going back to jail have kept me on track. Rachel C. from the 379th District Court. My Rosetta Keys group gave me the confidence to keep learning about myself, and the UN line gave me the incentive to stay clean. Gustavo C. from the 290th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn and his staff for all their support in giving me another chance. Joshua C. from the 175th District Court. Accepting the certificate on completion of their behalf is Case Manager Jim Robles. Joshua is currently watching us live from the hospital celebrating the birth of his firstborn. Joshua said, drug court helped me through the rough times and taught me to be honest. Special thanks to Patrick for always being straight up with me and pushed me to do better. Armando C. from the 175th. Judge Glenn and the whole drug court crew, I would not have done it without you. Thank you for everything. I love you all. Maria C. from the 175th District Court. I want to thank Ashley for giving me the courage to take baby steps, and Ms. Smith and for helping me to open up. Hildy D. from the 399th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn, Samantha, and the drug court team for giving me the tools to be clean and sober. Davina D. from the 187th District Court. Thank you to the whole drug court team for being so patient. This program saved my life. Marisol E. from the 227th District Court. I want to thank Judge Glenn and the drug court staff for giving me the chance to change. The program has helped me to stabilize and organize my life. Rachel G. from the 399th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn and Ashley for not giving up on me and helping me to see the things with myself that I could not. Richard H. from the 187th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn, Rosetta Key, and the drug court staff for helping me to stay clean and sober. Joshua K. from the 144th District Court. I would like to thank Elsa, Thomas Lopez, and John Benefield for giving me the resources to better focus. When I needed them, they were there. Robert L. from the 399th District Court. Ashley and John Benefield did not let me skate with minimum effort. They taught me how to better communicate and deal with my feelings in a better way than I had in the past. Jennifer M. from the 290th District Court. I would like to give a huge thank you to CJ and my counselor Nancy for understanding me and answering all of my questions. Susanna M. from the 187th District Court. I would like to thank CJ and Tammy for motivating me to return to school. Cecily M. from the 187th District Court. I want to thank Drug Court and Rosetta Key for helping me get through this program. I am now very much content with myself. Nicholas M. from the 437th District Court. I was high when I went to my first drug court graduation ceremony. This program has given me the tools to commit to my sobriety in the year and a half since. Fernando from the 175th District Court. A big thank you to Judge Glenn for keeping me accountable, Ms. Tammy and Ms. Victoria for not sugarcoating anything and instilling honesty, and Mr. Robles for helping us to understand. Judy O. from the 187th District Court. I think Chelsea Welch had the hugest impact on my success in this program. I felt that I had a constant companion to guide me when I doubted myself. Eric P. from the 187th District Court. I would like to thank Drug Court and my counselor at the Alpha Home. No words can describe how I appreciate this life-changing program. Ivana P. from the 226th District Court. I am grateful to Drug Court because there is no telling where I might be without this program. I would like to thank Judge Glenn and Ashley for never giving up on me. Sierra R. from the 187th District Court. Everyone in the court has been so helpful. It has been a life-changing experience. Romero R. from the 227th District Court. Drug Court gave me structure and taught me responsibility and time management. Special thanks to Judge Glenn and the staff for letting me be part of this awesome program and my family for never giving up on me. Ronald T. from the 175th District Court. Special thanks to Judge Glenn, Tammy, Victoria, and all the Drug Court staff. Drug Court helped me so much, especially when I fell in the first 2 months of the program. Sheila T. from the 186th District Court. I want to thank Judge Glenn and to all the staff for believing in me and helping me to realize that it is possible to maintain sobriety. Sheila T. from the 186th District Court. Oh, I'm sorry. We're just so caught up in it. Harvey W. from the 187th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn for being firm and holding me accountable. I am truly grateful to the Drug Court staff. And Megan Y. from the 187th District Court. I would like to thank Judge Glenn, Ashley, and Tammy for taking the chance on me and helping me to believe in myself. And let's have one big round of applause for all the graduates one more time. And now I'd like to bring up Chaplain Eloy Fernandez again for the benediction and some closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Huggins. Let us pray. Loving Father, as broken individuals, we recognize our imperfections and acknowledge our addictions, but with acceptance and love of self, treatment and family, we begin to be made whole. This whole person is symbolic of our graduates today. They came into drug court broken and unsure of their destiny. But because of their trust and recovery, and you, Lord, they have changed their lives and are made whole. Drug court is a family of essential frontline workers, comprised of a caring judge, resourceful staff, stern but fair probation officers, disciplined first responder officers, and compassionate treatment providers, ready and willing to accept any individual who is ready for a positive change of life. Each life is precious. And in the midst of COVID-19, we take a moment of silence and respect for the 18,000 in Texas, some family and friends of ours who were taken from us much too early. Father, lift us up with your love and strength to persist on the path of healing for our community and the world in need of a cure. As we begin the season of Thanksgiving, may each of us take full account of our many blessings and recognize that all things are possible with the power of prayer and God in our lives. In your name we pray. Amen.
Okay, folks, congratulations, you did it.